Day 116 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, guys, we're back again. Another day, another LeetCode problem. This time we're at day 116, guys. We're really moving and grooving here, making some progress. So I hope y'all are sticking with me and staying motivated and staying disciplined, because I understand the motivation might leave, but I hope you guys are staying disciplined, and I hope you guys are staying consistent, because we're really making some progress here, and we're really starting to build our fundamentals and our foundation on our LeetCode journey. Now, before we get started with the problem today, y'all, don't forget. Bring a mouse, bring a mouse right over here and click that subscribe button for me, y'all. Then after you click that subscribe button, go ahead and smash that like button for me, y'all. Then after you smash that like button, I'm calling all of my bankers. I repeat, all of my bankers to the comment section right now. I need all of you to drop 2 bank emojis in the comment section so we can run up this engagement and we can help get this content out to a broader audience, so we can do our part in helping the Swift community grow as a whole, y'all. We're all here to help lift each other up and encourage each other to keep going, so that's what we're going to do. And today, the problem that we have is we have problem number 3,194, minimum average of smallest and largest elements. The difficulty level is easy, so y'all already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as well, because we're all trying to learn here, and there's no point in writing code that nobody's going to understand. People are writing code that they don't even understand. So our goal here is to make sure we understand the code that we're writing so we can learn something and we can take that knowledge with us as we continue down this LeetCode journey. So let's see what the question says. It says you have an array of floating points, numbers, averages, which is initially empty. You are given an array nums of n integers where n is even. You repeat the following procedure, n divided by 2 times. First, remove the smallest element, min element, and the largest element, max element, from nums. Then add min element plus max element divided by 2 to averages. Return the minimum element in averages. Okay, so it's a lot to unpack here, but let's get to it. Let's look at the example so we can see what it is that they're talking about. So first, let's see how many examples we have. All right, so first we have example 1. So we have the input nums. It's an array of integers, 7, 8, 3, 4, 15, 13, 4, and 1. The output is 5.5. So I bet a lot of y'all are wondering, how in the world did you get 5.5 out of this input? Well, let's look at the explanation so we can break it down. So the first step, or step 0 in this case, we would have, the array of the input nums that we started with, the same array of integers, and we're going to have a blank array for averages, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take the smallest element from nums, which will be 1, and the largest element from nums, which will be 15. So we're going to take 1 and 15 and add them together. So 1 plus 15 is equal to 16, right? Then we're going to divide that by 2. So right here it says remove the smallest element from min and the largest element. Remove the smallest element, min element, and the largest element, max element, from num. So this initially with our input, the smallest element is 1, the largest element is 15. So we remove those, we add the minimum element plus the max element and divide it by 2. So, and then add that to averages. So first we're going to do min element plus max element. That's going to give us 1 plus 15 equals 16. Then we're going to take 16 and we are going to divide that by 2, and that's going to equal 8. And then so we're going to add 8 to the averages array. That's where that 8 comes from right there. Then we're going to come down here. Oh no, excuse me. We're still over here, y'all. So that's where that 8 comes from. Then we're going to come back to this nums array. We already removed the smallest and the greatest, but we're going to do it again. We're going to keep doing it, right? So we're going to repeat this procedure, n divided by 2 times, meaning since n is 8, we're going to do this 4 times. That's why there's 4 steps right here. So then let's do it again, right? So we're going to take the 3 this time, and we're going to take the 13. So that is going to be 3 plus 13 is equal to 16 again, right? So hold on, let's get our array popping too. We can start our array up here. So get that popping too. Boom. So we have this 8. This 8 is already up here, right? So then we have 3 plus 13 equals 16. Then we do the same thing again. We do 16 divided by 2 is equal to 8. So we're going to come up here. We're going to add this 8 to the array, right? Boom. This is the average. This represents the averages array. Then our next numbers that we have are 4 and 8. So come down here or come over here. 4 plus 8. No, I mean not 4. Yeah. 4 plus 8 equals 12, right? So 4 plus 8 equals 12. So then we come down here, we're going to say 12 divided by 2 is equal to 6. So that's where this 6 comes from, right? And we're going to put our 6 up here. Boom, put the 6 right here. And that's why this looks like this, because these are the steps we're going through. I just want to show y'all the math logic behind it. So then we're going to come down here. Last numbers are 4 and 7. Smallest is 4, greatest is 7. So we're going to do 4 plus 7. That's going to be equal to 11. And then 11 divided by 2 equals 5.5, right? So then we're going to come up here and we are going to add 5.5 to our averages array. And now it's going to look like this. They should look the same. Yep, they look the same. Then what we're doing is we are returning the minimum element in averages. So the minimum element in averages is this 5.5. Thus, that's why the output would be 5.5, because that's the minimum element right here. Boom, right here. Boom. So the smallest element in averages is 5.5, and that's what we return. So let's get rid of this. That's how the math works. I'm going to go through the other examples a little faster, but I want you to see the logic behind what we're doing. So same thing though. Example 2, we have the input nums 1, 9, 8. It's an array of integers 1, 9, 8, 3, 10, and 5. Output is 5.5 again, so let's see how they get it. So first, we take the 1 and we take the 10. We add those together, we get 11. 11 divided by 2, 5.5. So we add the 5.5 to the array. Then we take the 3 and we take the 9, because that's the smallest and largest element. Add those together, that's going to give us 12. 12 divided by 2 will give us 6, so we're going to add the 6 right here. Boom. Then we're going to take the last two numbers, 5 and 8. That's going to give us 13. 13 divided by 2 gives us 6.5. The smallest element out of this averages array is this right here, 5.5. So that's why the output is 5.5, because we are returning, making sure that we return the minimum element in averages. So let's look at 3 so we can really bring this home. It's not that long. We have input nums and this array of integers 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, and 9. The output is 5. So let's see how they got 5. First we take the smallest, which is 1. The largest is 9. Add those together. 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So we put the 5 right here in the average array. Then we take the 2 and the 8. 2 is the smallest. 8 is the largest. 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 divided by 2, that's 5 again, so we put the 5. Boom. Then we take the 3 and the 7. Those are the last two integers. 3 plus 7 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So in this case, every element in averages is 5. Thus, the smallest would be 5, which is why the output is 5. So now that we got that question out the way and we understand what it is that they're asking us to do exactly, let's get into the fun part, y'all, which is the actual code, y'all. And it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult at all. First thing we are going to do, we're going to declare a variable let's call it array. We're going to declare a variable called array. Cast that as a double, because remember, some of these outputs had decimals, so that's why we're going to make this initial array an array of doubles, because we might have some decimals like 5.5. We might have, so we're going to make it a double. We're going to initialize it with the blank array. Then we're going to come down here. We could declare another variable. We could just call this sorted. We'll say that, we'll say that is equal to nums dot sorted. So what this is going to do is it's going to sort the numbers in the initial input array for us. So it's going to sort them from smallest to greatest. Then we're going to come down here and we are going to say for I in 0 up to nums dot count divided by 2, y'all, because remember right here we are repeating the following procedure n divided by 2 times. So we're going to do up to nums dot count divided by 2, because nums dot count represents n. So then we're going to come down here and we are going to say let min, and this is going to get us our minimum element, the smallest element. We're going to say let min equal a double, open up the parentheses, sorted dot first. So remember up here we sorted nums from smallest to greatest. So the smallest would obviously be the first one. If we're sorting numbers from smallest to greatest, the smallest is going to be the first and the greatest or the last is going to be the smallest is going to be the first and the greatest is going to be the last. So this right here is going to get us the smallest. We're going to call it the minimum. That's going to get us the smallest element. Then we're going to do the same thing to get the greatest element. So we're going to say let max equal double. Then we're going to say sorted, open up parentheses, say sorted dot last. And that's going to get us the greatest element in the array. Now, once we had the smallest and the greatest, we are going to say array dot append. So we're going to append it to this array that we created up here. We're going to say array dot append, open up the parentheses. We're going to say double because it might have decimals. Then we're going to open up parentheses again and say sorted. Oh no, excuse me. We're not going to say sorted. We are going to say min plus max. So we're going to add these two together. Then we're going to come right here and we are going to say divided by 2. So hold on, let's see. Divided by 2. But excuse me, y'all, this should be 2 parentheses right here. And then this should be 2 parentheses right here because this is like PEMDAS parentheses, and this is the parameter for double parentheses. So we just got to put these in its own parentheses so it know to do those together. So there should be 2 parentheses right there. Then after we do all that, after we append the minimum and max, now it's time to remove those elements from the array. So we're going to say, we're going to say sorted dot remove, open up the parentheses. Remove first parentheses. Then we're going to come down here and say sorted dot remove last parentheses. Then we're just going to come down here and we're going to say return. What are we returning? Oh, we're returning, open up the parentheses. We're going to say array dot min, put 2 more parentheses. And that should be it, y'all. That should be it. Let's see. Let's run it. Let's make sure it runs how it's supposed to run. Make sure it's all going smooth. Ooh, okay. Optional double. So, it's an optional, y'all, which means we have to unwrap it. So we have to put an exclamation point right there. So let's run it again. Make sure it still runs how it's supposed to run. Let's see, y'all. And it's accepted, y'all. So let's submit it. You know how that could be. It might, just because it's running doesn't mean it's accepted. But this one it's accepted, and it beats, 7 milliseconds beats 81.43% of users with Swift. Y'all, not too bad at all. Hope y'all learned something today. Get one more look at the code. And yeah, I hope to see y'all tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. Peace.